Welcome back, football fam. We back for more football, college football playoff. This time we're gonna talk about the matchup between James Madison, Dukes, and the Oregon Ducks. I think this is an intriguing matchup. It's gonna be Saturday, December 20th at 8 p.m. It's the last first game matchup. We talking about two teams that have two different strengths, in my opinion. James Madison, strong rushing attack. Oregon, they can run the ball. Don't get me wrong, but I think the passing attack is what was really deadly for them. But it slowed down with some injuries. Let's start there. Let's talk about some of these wide receivers and their availability. Dante Moore, Greg Bryant Jr., and even Evan Stewart. Dante Moore was a top freshman receiver. He suffered a non-contact knee injury in October. He missed several games down the stretch. He was the team's leading receiver at one point before the injury. I think if he comes back, it looks like he did early in the year, he will be a problem.
Yes.
Ain't nobody guard him. You're talking about Greg Bryant Jr. No, he's not as good as he was at USC. He doesn't like the same receiver. But he was a piece of this offense, especially in the slot. He went down with a lower ankle injury, I
I
believe.
think it was an ankle injury.
That was against Iowa. It was early November. He missed a few games. He was seen, walking around the field though. Then you got the big one, Evan Stewart. He's missed the entire 2025 season with a patella tendon, maybe? Yeah, patella tendon injury. He has not been ruled out for the year, though he has not played a game. They're saying he was at practice running routes this week. There is speculation that he could play. All three of these guys can play. That is not a good look for James Madison if they got to go against all those guys, plus other receivers that have been out there, namely Malik Benson.
Oh yeah,
and the two tight ends. And the two tight ends. So you can't cover all those guys if you James Madison. Your thoughts on just the Oregon passing attack?
Yeah, this man, the Carrier Moore comeback is just by himself be a problem by itself. Like this James Madison team cannot keep up with the Carrier Moore, especially if he hasn't played since September, I believe. So he'll have fresh legs. So if I'm James Madison, I'll be worried. I am monitoring the scouting report, the injury report every single second.
And he played a little bit in October. I think the injury happened in October, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, if he plays, man, that's big game Moore. I'm putting it out there.
And this will be the perfect
Moore,
game for him to play because you're getting to warm up for the next game.
Yeah, Moore guy. He's not probably maybe 6 feet, but he's 195 pounds, so he built solid. He got 28 catches, 140 plus yards in the season. I think like 3 or 4 touchdowns. Sorry, I don't have his stats up, but yeah, I think he'd be a big get. Evan Stewart be even huger get. Now, will he probably be on the pitch count? Probably so, but get him warmed up for a deeper playoff run, that'd be big news for the Oregon Ducks. They do have Malik Benson and Kenyon Sadiq. And I'm going to throw Jeremiah Johnson out there as well, the other tight end. Jeremiah Johnson do have his stats up, 6'5", 257 pounds, 25 catches, 320 yards and a touchdown. Not bad stats for your backup tight end. Then you got Kenyon Sadiq. We know what he is, 40 catches, 490 yards, 8 touchdowns. If he chooses to come out, probably the first tight end off the board. Malik Benson, former Florida State, former Alabama transfer, 21 catches, 526 yards, 4 touchdowns, 17 yards a catch for him. If Oregon can get things going again with the passing attack, this should be a pretty easy game for them. The question is, is Dante Moore going to have all those weapons? Because we saw what happened when he didn't. They really got slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
Dante Moore can run the ball, but it's not his preferred method. Noah Whittington is a pretty good rusher of the football. Average 6.9 yards per carry. That's top 10 in the nation. He has 6 rushing touchdowns, but he's not an every down type of back. They got a bruiser in a freshman, Jordan, as they say, Davison. 6 foot, 240 pound running back. That's a big boy. That's a freshman. I look for him to get a lot of carries because he's been stepping it up. 88 carries, 535 yards, 13 touchdowns. That's a big boy. That boy gets it done. Average 6 yards per carry. Uh, your thoughts on the running game for Oregon?
Yeah, man. This if I'm watching the running game against Washington, it wasn't looking promising to me. But this is James Madison, different type of team. So I'm not trying to dismiss you, Madison. But you do have a bad matchup if this team is healthy. I'm sorry, but if if Jordan gets gets most of the carries, which I think he will, because I think he's been outplaying Whittington, it's it's gonna be a long day for James Madison.
It could be, man. If Jordan gets loose, and he's just. I think this defensive line is a little undersized, so his working off his line is huge. That could be the key to the game. Passing attack or not. If they can gash him up the middle, it's game over.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Speaking of rushing attacks, James Madison has a pretty strong rushing attack of their own. Their quarterback, Alonzo Bryant, has 544 yards rushing on the season with 14 touchdowns. He is a guy that looks to tuck in and run, and especially when they get in the red zone. But Wayne Knight, man, the running back, can't leave him out. He just had 21 carries for 212 yards in the Sun Belt Championship. I had to remember the conference. Sun Belt Championship. The 212 yards is big. It kind of put his name out there for me. He finished this year with 1,263 yards, 9 touchdowns, 6.6 yards per carry. He did have some pretty solid games this year. He ran, I think he got the long touchdown at the end of the game against Washington State. They helped him get that victory. He had a pretty solid game against Louisville. This is a guy who, no matter the competition, has been pretty good. Wayne Knight is a name to know as far as a guy who belongs on the field. And I just think that's something they need to look at right there. I think he's a guy that can get it done for the Deuce in this one if they have to go to the rushing attack. But if they get behind, they got to pass the ball. That's where the troubles might lie. So you tell me, what's your thoughts on this James Madison offense?
I mean, James Madison, they were putting up points on people, but were there teams that were competitive? Some would say they weren't. I say maybe a couple of them, but this Oregon team, who has a pretty good defense, is not just gonna let you do whatever you want. So James Madison, are you able to scheme your guys open? Is your top receiver better than the second or third Oregon DB? We don't know. These guys are built different. They play in the cold weather. They are built different.
Yeah, speaking of that, James Madison passing attack, probably the best two guys in my opinion. In my opinion, not necessarily the type of guys. Guy number 13, Landon Ellis, big body guy, 6'2", 215 pounds. He has 541 yards in the season with 5 touchdowns. That's catch average of 16 yards per catch. He has 33 catches on the season. And Nick, the other guy, number 11, Nick DeGrangio, something like that. Anyway, he's on here. Yeah, DeGrangio. He has 23 catches, 410 yards, 4 touchdowns, 17.8 yards per catch. He's the guy that kind of stretched the field for him. Those are two guys I look for them. I look for in the passing game. Oregon DBs aren't that scary to me. But like you said, can they be better than the third or fourth guy on the depth chart when he gets in? If they can win those battles and they can run the game, they can hang in this matchup. I think they have a great coach in Bob Cousy. How focused is he? I think your quarterback, Mr. Bryant, the past 2 years, been starting for y'all, has been really good for what this organization, for what this school has had. Now, that being said, his passing leaves a little bit to be desired. He's not the most accurate guy. He finished the year with 2,533 yards, 21 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He doesn't go for his progressions like that. It's kind of simple reads. If you keep it simple against Oregon and it works, it works. Don't shy away from it. He's a guy that you put pressure in his face and things get a little crazy. So that's what you got to worry about if you James Madison. But if those reads are there And he can eat that first read up. If their first read is working, they can stay in this matchup. I think they stand at their spread is what 23 now.
Mm-hmm.
No way they lose by that much. No way. No way.
I don't.
Your thoughts?
I don't. If Oregon, we know Oregon is known for hate letting teams hang around. If you're Oregon, you have to end it in the first second quarter. You cannot. James Madison cannot go into halftime down by 10. They just can't, because that means they have a shot of winning the game. If you're Oregon, you got to be up by at least 2 touchdowns, 2 or 3, by halftime.
I can see that. Definitely don't want this team to hang around. Oregon, don't play with your food. You got the horses to get out of this thing and get out of this thing early. I suggest you do that. Put this team out their misery early if you can. If not, James Madison's a team that's shown that if you let them hang around, they can beat you in the end. Just ask the team that you guys used to play annually in Washington State. I'm hanging that game on what's going on in this one. I'm not saying that y'all on the same level as Washington State, but y'all do recruit the same area for the most part. So maybe.
If it's close at halftime, you never know. Like, because Oregon, they let Washington hang around, and Washington almost beat them. So I know Washington isn't. I know James Madison isn't as good as Washington probably, but like I said, this Oregon team will play with its food, and they will let you hang around.
Let me ask you this: with the coordinators on the way out the door, Josh Tapoy and Will Stein, do you think there's the same attention to detail in practice like it was in the season?
I think so, because I feel like if they didn't think they would be focused enough to coach in the game, they wouldn't be coaching in it.
So you think the coaching advantage, head coaching wise, still stays with Oregon, Dan Lanning against Cousy?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say this, and I'm just going to say this. Dan Lanning hasn't been in a position to prove himself as a coach yet. I think this is probably the first time. This is probably the first time to say he's done it with his players. So this is Dan Lanning's team now. Finally, in my opinion, this is his team, his players. Let's see how he does with his team in the playoffs, and basically he's gonna have to possibly take on more responsibility doing the play call in this game, especially on the defensive side of the ball, because that's where on the offensive side of the ball, he's a defensive guy, so
he got to pay he's defensive minded.
Yeah, he got to pay more attention to what's going on offensively, because you don't want your. I don't want to put this the wrong way. You don't want any type of slippage now, especially with these two coordinators, both getting head coaching jobs.
Right.
They do have attention elsewhere. Great coaches that deserve those jobs.
Right.
But you have to make sure both sides of the ball are focused. I'm pretty sure you're watching the defense, so you know where they at. Make sure you're watching the offense.
Yeah, I think this is going to be Dan Lanning's most important coaching day right here.
Yeah.
Because if he keeps it close with James Madison going into the next round, everybody's going to write him off.
If they lose, no one's going to take them serious next year.
Exactly.
And you might hear rumblings.
It'll be just like Boise State.
It'd be early rumblings, but you hear rumblings. But who you got? Well, you said Oregon wins.
I think Oregon wins,
right? I believe Oregon wins as well, but I think this one is closer than Ole Miss Tulane.
Yeah, so I think Oregon wins by a touchdown.
Yeah, don't know what the score would be. I maybe because I like James Madison more than I like Tulane. Maybe that's it. I just think James Madison, if they match up against Tulane, I think they beat them. Being honest.
I mean, I can see that.
I just don't think Tulane is the best team in America. They won it, so they deserve to be here. But
I think they're the best team either.
I think there were two teams better than them. But there you have it for us, guys. Ty, you got anything else?
James Madison, your coach is going to UCLA. Tell him thank you. I'm telling him thank you. Come with them. We need anybody. We taking everybody, anybody. Come on.
I'm glad you said it. Let me ask you this: does Alonzo Bryant follow him to UCLA?
If Nico stays, no, because Nico is better than Bryant. Nico carried the team on his back for 3 weeks. So I'm not dismissing Nico. He had a rough first games, but we know whose fault that was. So
Where is he at, by the way, Mr. Foster?
at home with us.
I wonder if he got a job, position coach somewhere.
I do know that Tim Skipper got hired at San Diego State, Fresno State, at Fresno State.
Fresno State as the
head coach,
coordinator,
head
coach. Okay, cool. Good job. That's what's up, man. Definitely got to do another head coaching video. So, but there you have it, guys. That's all we got. What are your thoughts? What team runs the ball better? Is it Oregon? Is it James Madison? Which Group of 5 team you think is better? Is it James Madison or is it Tulane? It's James Madison.
UCF.
Can Oregon cover the spread? I think it's 23.5. Don't quote me on that. It might be 21. I don't know. But it's different in different places. 23 was the highest one I saw. Does Oregon cover 23-point spread? No way in hell I think they do. No. But, we see there. Running back Wayne Knight. Is he better than Oregon running back Jordan Davison? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Yeah.